So I would normally not have this, have to do this, but here's the PS2 loading screen, and this is an extra for the YouTube backup crowd. Unfortunately, I was having a bad day yesterday and did not realise that even though I had subtitles on, the OBS had decided to mute my microphone, which is always nice. Thank you. So this is the following morning. I went back over the intro when I streamed this, just to give myself a little recap. There will be some, maybe some light editing put in for certain things I tried to explain, but I'm having to recall everything that I said last night. Which, the first thing that I have to point out is that, went over the intro, and I basically stated that the ring here that's seen at the start of the game and in the marketing is not one that you really find as the Eternal Ring of Power, which I queried as why does this exist? Because it doesn't really show up anywhere. One of the odd things, but there we go. And continued. Then we came back to it. I need to just maximise what I'm doing because I'm working on many things at once. So what I remember being a distinct thing is that I died at the end of the first stream by falling off a cliff, and oh no, I wasn't falling off a cliff. I had died killing lizard men. Going back to Palace Ruins, I think this is the point where yes, I remember what this was. So part of Eternal Ring's thing is that it has a bunch of attributes based on what you have. So if I point it out correctly, you have fire, earth, water, wind, light, dark, and steel. All of them give you like specific resistances and power of all your rings and magic and various weapons. Steel, of course, being your main melee attack. And every ring that you equip has a different elemental value, and it'll give you a final calculation at the bottom. And this also judges how much you get hurt by various attacks as well. I think I probably went into a deeper explanation when I was streaming. It is a strange system how this works. Go. Finally moved on. Then we're back to... I think I was explaining that the lizards themselves had... Oh no, I remember what it was. It's because I incorrectly stated that the lizards I had died to were using steel, but actually were using stone swords, which meant they were elemental of earth. And even though gems drop from enemies, they don't really dictate what element they're weak to, so you have to just kind of guess. And usually enemies will be staggered when that happens. And also at this point I had recalled that I required a specific ring that I was supposed to attain in the area that I missed the previous time. A lot of moments of me just pausing in my commentary because I really don't think there was much that I actually was saying sometimes. And I am having to watch this back at something like 9 AM the following morning. The reason I thought everything was going swimmingly is that the subtitles were on and covering the bottom of the screen. It doesn't tell me if my microphone's on or off, according to OBS. So you can tell I wasn't having a good time. I'm just quietly doing things on my tablet while I'm waiting for something specifically that I need to commentate on, which is difficult, especially in this game. Flame Gem, level 2. Actually a reasonable improvement, considering what I was doing at the time. now we have moths, which I think moths are one of the examples of static element enemies, because they only drop wind gems. So and also they're kind of a pain in the ass to hit, regardless of what ring you're using. The odd things I find is that it takes a moment to pause to show what you've actually picked up. It's a very odd way of doing things. Just Cain just gets a sudden fascination for what he's just held in his hands. Ah, here we go. This is the man that I missed on the first time I played.
Looks like you've opened the water gate. This place is a mess. Thanks to the gate being opened, you moved it, just as I'd thought. Then you should have been able to use that ring as well. I have another ring. It's useless to me. Take it with you.
Here it is. Here is the ring that I completely absent-mindedly forgot.
It has magic energy that will protect you from the poison. Use it to make it through the valley, just ahead. There are people from the mainland beyond the valley. Those people should be able to offer you help. Treat them with much respect. You certainly could use a better weapon. What? Not again.
Yep. Although the weapon I got in exchange wasn't exactly the best. Oh, for Christ's sake. It was Gmail.
It's gone. But soon, I won't be so lucky.
I don't know.
Listen, the valley isn't very safe, but you can use the rings to aid you through your journey. Don't go past the bridge. That forest is too dangerous for you right now.
Yeah, and after I got killed in there the previous time,
We'll
that's
meet
an
again
understatement.
soon. Be safe until then.
Oh no. What was that? Never mind. It was not. It was someone telling me that my phone stuff was ready. Oh yeah, I equipped the ring. So this is Protect, which is the only way you're getting through the Poison Mist Valley. And of course it's a level 2 Protect, level 2 Earth Protect ring. So it increases your stats quite phenomenally. And why Earth is one of the primary elements that you use to start with. I kind of messed around and went to go collect some magic crystals. Which, full damage, does not take long to activate. Not in this game. Not at all. Little homework about the about the composers for this game, and it looks like they haven't really done much since. But that's one thing that I'll get back to when I do my next stream and I get a boss battle, because I didn't have one this time. Coming up to the next area, and I think I started wondering where the save point was, because I needed one at the time, because I didn't particularly like Poison Valley, so. If I start backtracking, that explains why. Yeah, there we go. I'm off to go find the wizard of the magical save point. I'm convinced there is not one here, and I am losing my mind to just go off into the Poison Valley. Alright, I was trying to see if there was one in the across the bridge, which I was told specifically not to go near. Shows how much I pay attention to people, isn't it? Now, every single time you load into an area, the magic bar depletes. It just did then. And the fact that this costs 12 MP to engage shows how costly it is, especially considering it does not take long for you to become poisoned. And because this area is a permanent fixture and you cannot avoid it if you're going from one way or another, you kind of have to make sure that you are available. Even the save areas are not safe, as I will find out in the next few seconds. And then I used the wrong item. I thought I needed the rat snail. I also need to get my magic back, so I used a magic stone, which heals 80 MP. Exactly, there is no deviation. And all enemies have a sort of basic survival rate, but it all depends on the speed of your projectiles. And protection even when you have a certain level of regardless of how much stats you have available for it, it doesn't last long. Not long enough, anyway. And when you go, you'll have to go backtracking through this area at least 2 more times if you want to get to the mystery dungeon, which is at the other side of the island. So, regardless, the Protect Ring will never leave your inventory. Never. There's a cockatrice feather, which I just kind of picked up and shoved into my inventory. Constant refilling of magic. I understand with the design philosophy to make like some MP regeneration available in later games. At some point I commented on like other From Software titles and that was it. Kind of forget when, which is an issue. Oh, and dying enemies, because they have gone into the poison fog. They can still hurt you, even when they're in their last breaths. As demonstrated. They only have 1 hit point, but it's still annoying. See the constant readjusting I did of my angles because, yep. With analog stick, this game is very, very, very clunky. I acquired a bracelet, which will be useful later on. And then this whole Poison Valley is filled with a lot of moths, that's for certain. And again, the creators are very into their own mythology, basically. And then we have this thing, which I thought about not really engaging, and then did, and then it died. I didn't really show off how sort of dangerous it was until like a little bit later. And rings of magic are finite in the whole game, but you can just break and reforge new rings with just using the older ones, so there's never an uninfinite part of it, but it seems to be. And I've gotten poisoned because I accidentally kept casting the wrong thing. So I always kept remembering that circle was my casting button, not square. It's also worth noting that I am sort of struggling at this point because I am majorly underleveled for the areas that I'm going into. Probably because I'm bull rushing the game. I did mistakenly state that all status effects are permanent, but it's only certain ones are. Poison will wear off after a while. And there are only a certain number of magic stones in the game, but you can find them on certain enemies. Also, because of my Ring of Rain and the my healing water equipped, I'm taking a lot less. I'm healing a lot more than I believe. So it's the little odd things in this game that make it very strange and charming to play sometimes. Yeah, Envy's trying to kill me, but I just kept running. There's no real point to fighting with that issue, because while poison wears off, there's no real reason to keep fighting if you are poisoned, just to get out of the valley. Especially if you can't take the punishment. So, running around here in the dark, poisoned, not entirely certain what was going on. It also showed that, no, even when you go into other areas, the status effects still haunt you.
Who's there? A Hungarian emblem. You're a knight from the retinue, are you not? I thought the people on the shores were the soldiers sent by the elders. The retinue is on the king's side, right? Why are you here? This area is dangerous, especially the forest.
Yeah, I think here we go. I think there's this man that's asleep. It's the middle of the dark and I can't wake him up. I don't honestly remember how, but I think I hit him with a stone arrow at some point and said, fuck it. Poison has worn off naturally, so it is a very weird moment when it does. Also, if it looks dark on your screen, that's because it is. I'm just casually looking around, trying to find out when daytime will arrive, if it ever will. It also gives like different days, which I think affects your elemental balance, which is very strange, but it's there. There's a lot of, like, hidden systems within it that they don't really explain or tell you, even in the manual, so you just have to kind of put up with it.
There were 3 of us, but one of our party fell off a cliff and was killed. He must be around somewhere in the cliff area. I was hoping to find a memento, but that area is now filled with even a knight such as yours.
It's like, you want a memento, like a bracelet that I found in my pants.
Splendid. You have my complete gratitude. Now I'm sure he can rest in peace. Please, take this. It's a little thank you from me.
Which is just another ring of magic.
Oh, and to get to the deeper areas of this island, there is a hole in the valley that becomes a steep path. If you go down that hole, you can get into the deeper areas. However, you will need to find another way
Which I found.
That reminds me, not long ago, I told another person about that hole. He looked like a swordsman. Oh, yes. Most excellent.
Not suspicious at all, is it? I tried to kill him. I was like, oh right, can't kill NPCs in this game. I honestly couldn't remember what I searched through that through the menus for, but there's obviously something. I kind of get lost looking for the magic area. It's because when you do darkness, things get incredibly dark, and I found the save point at least. And it's crafting time. So I made a bunch of stuff that I don't honestly remember.
I shall pass. Thou submit to.
And no, that never goes away.
Down the knowledge of the ancients.
And then I kind of explained that even with the ability to understand how many points are required for each ring, it still doesn't make much sense. I managed to make earth healing pretty quickly, but after that, who knows? So I think I went to make something else, and then I think I explained it last time, but not in a great detail. Left gem sort of dictates what you originally get, and then right gem dictates if it's an attack or a support ring. It's still unclear.
I shall pass down the
because as I show with this one, I put earth and water on its pedestal, and then I make another ring of water healing, which shouldn't happen because right hand side is earth. Or is it, no, left hand side dictates base element, then the right hand side dictates what kind of ring it becomes. It's so unwieldy, you just don't know what to do with it.
Down the knowledge of the ancients.
Oh yeah, I mean, Material Arrow, which is one that I wanted. It's a basic Earth ring, but... Excuse me.
I shall pass down the knowledge of the ancients.
Firewall, which is a level 2 ring. It's very, very... I can't remember why I didn't start using it. I think it's because of MB cost more than anything else.
I shall pass down the knowledge
I started
of the
making
ancients.
attribute rings because I could. And because attribute rings, you do kind of need to make them every so often. And making all the rings is an imprecise science. So you just kind of have to keep going. I'm going to go back and see if I can get the rapier that was on the table. There we go. Material Arrow. Oh, a mic!
It's so nice of you to go and get the memento.
Apparently completing the quest
This
also
is a
means that
small
he has...
token of our appreciation.
that he knows that I've done it. I'm like, wait, what?
Take it. The mission that you have been given seems like a difficult one. I wish you the best of luck.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything you need, just let me know. Of course, nothing is free. But we'll talk. What do you need?
It shows, like, I showed off how the bartering system sort of works later on, but I showed what he had in stock. And you can see, like, some places will have unique weapons. The sword at the bottom is this area's unique item. And then 1 gem equals 1 currency.
Do you know a woman named Lila? If you see her, please bring her to me. I've met her several times. It seems she lives here on this island. I tell her stories and she listens with such interest. She wants to learn about life outside this island. I would like to talk to her and see if she can help me get back to the mainland.
Yep, that wasn't absolutely creepy the first time round of hearing it, and listening to it the second time it is even more creepier. So I put the rapier on and tried to stab him with it. The rapier has a unique sound, that's for certain.
The swordsman who came before you he asked about the deeper parts, and then left right away. It seemed as if he was worried about something, but I don't remember seeing a Hungarian emblem on him.
Yep, that's the guy that was sitting on a bucket somewhere else. Oh, yep, there we go. Bot, banned. I forgot that happened, but yes, it did. Which always has a bot problem. I haven't seen one for a long time, however. And I found the area of where everything comes back to, which we'll do later. This, I believe, is the alternate exit. Well, no, it's not. I believe. I know it's the alternate exit to the limestone cavern. And I kept getting turned around in the cavern. I couldn't find my way out. Just kept going straight back into it. Still stuck in caverns. Even watching this back, the screen is insanely dark. Even with my, Oh, right, I jumped off a cliff. I went to go see if it was actually possible to fall down into the previous area, and fell off a cliff, and then just jumped off the cliff anyway. I never quite understood my methodology as to why I decided to do that. Sort of resigned myself to the fact that, yeah, you're gonna have to start breaking open your reserves and wandering off into the caves again. And then because one of the odd things it does is that when you create a new ring from an old one, also notice the amount of MP I had, it replaces one of them, but it doesn't see which one it is. So, as shown, it replaced my the one that I had for healing with Healing Waters, with Material Arrow, so I still had Earth Heal available. And because the Repair, I can now actually kill things a little faster. I think at this point I was getting a case of jumbled up fingers, because I struggle to play games with my thumbs any longer, so. And decided to try and poke the moss to death. Just showing that, yeah, protect is what you need for this area, but sometimes you just can't help it. And then, because they're sort of weak to earth-ish, they immediately died as soon as I hit them with a rock. Because of the amount of boosted attribute I had in Earth. We got into Cavern. Find Earth Dragon just casually sleeping there. It's not a good idea to disturb Earth Dragon, not until later. We'll be seeing him a couple more times. And here it is, Limestone Caverns. There will be a point where I will probably just kind of sit quietly, because I remember there was some technical issues in here somewhere. I think it's after we reach the save point for the first time. Wizard Bone Sorcerers. Able to cast lightning. I'm entirely certain why I paused here to go into my menu. I just stood there, I was like, okay. Oh, I think I was moaning that I wasn't actually drinking water at this time, and I'd been like 40 minutes into the stream because I was having a bad day. Still am, to be perfectly honest, the following day, but... Well. Ah, we have kobolds. We have melee kobolds. And also Wizard, who managed to hit me through the wall because they are able to. And there we go, we got level 2 Earth Gems, with trees. Oh, here we go. We ran into Giant Robot. I believe they're indestructible in the whole game. The certain ones are. And I was like, never mind. I'm gonna back out because you have skeletons. Tried stabbing wizard. Where's the oh, this Japanese translated one has a monster list. Let me have a look here. Monster list. Let's see. Yeah, so each one of these enemies has specific elements, but it's not particularly useful. See if I can find it. Although, given that these are the Japanese translated names, it's going to be difficult. And I believe at this point, this is when I lost control. Yes, I had no analog stick input. I believe, to a certain extent, that this is a programming error, so I was trying to fix it. I basically went and got 3 extra controllers. I reset the system. I changed the system entirely because I went upstairs and got my fat PS2, which I had managed to salvage from somewhere. Slim, I thought was overheating, but no, apparently not. It just, it just stopped working altogether. Which, considering I've been playing with the analog stick for the whole time, this makes movement gross in this game. Absolutely god-awful. Because the PS2's D-pad is not the best. So let me see, I'm having a look at list here. There are golem monsters, but I don't think they're the right ones, unless there is another one. So if I'm reading this enemy monster correctly, it says Golem 1, Golem 2. One has 400 HP, one has 300. And one actually has magic power, which drops a level 4 stone. But I don't know which one is. Alright. And also here's one of the other ones, a Master Lizard, which we found dying. It's an Earth, well, Lizard Man and Master Lizard are both dying. They have just 1 HP. And as I was right, a Lizard Man has used the club, it's Earth Elemental, it's weak to wind. So I was correct, because I am dumb, I guess. I do have an item on this. I think at one point I did get something from one of these, but I believe it's mistranslated in the PS2 version. I was also looking up whether this was a common problem at this point, which it is, and emulated versions are even worse. So I was finding stuff about people playing on their PS3s, I found people playing on their PS4, on the PS4 and PS2 one, which was also quite buggy. I was just spent, I think, like the next 20 minutes trying to sort it, even turning analog buttons on, and it just wasn't working. So I'm just gonna get up for a minute, because I think this took about 10-20 minutes, so if you want to fast forward on to a little bit later. Got up to go and stretch my legs a little, and also had some post come through. So early it is in the morning here. It was some thermal paste, which, as I've commented on, while I think I've mentioned it during Crisis when I was doing Blind Eye Illuminated. Yeah, my PC is not doing so well, so I'm having to buy the parts to get it reinstated and rebuilt, but I am still waiting on a bunch of stuff, and that's the first bit. Here we go. Here comes the next several minutes of me trying absolutely everything. I think at that point I had just changed controllers. There we go. Swapped controllers. Still nothing happening. Analog stick still not responding. I think I actually couldn't. Now this is the point I went to go change the PS2 entirely. It's a way of making 20 minutes go by. Of just running up and down stairs into my backlog, into my collection, just trying to find anything that would work, make the controller support work properly again. At this point I hadn't used a fat PS2 for I don't know how long. I'd used a slim for most of the PS2's life, so going back to the original, kind of a shock to the system when you forgot that the disc tray was a motor rather than just flipping it open. And then at this point I just given up and just kept going. I had to use the gross D-pad. I think at one point I tried an old first party and I was trying a couple of third party controllers. Nothing was working. So I just gave up and continued. Saw the big boy and then fell off a cliff into the tree. Which is what happens.
What do you need?
And I went and bought the Cincadia, I think that's why it is, but and then I just traded away all my level 1 gems.
Well, that reminds me. It had the body of a human.
Oh yeah, and then I
Then again,
had a conversation showing that, yeah, he may have seen the captain. And I think I forgot to talk about the fact that he, oh right, let's just show the sword off first, there we go. Kind of a chunky blade, and then went back to the rapier. What I missed was the fact that it stated that the captain was always asleep. I think it's something I did not explain at the time. Oh, and then I started fucking around with the controls. Whoops. Captain was always asleep, which I should have probably pegged as the fact that he tended to be told to be left alone during night time, which, considering he had been injured, may explain the fact that the place got burned down by monsters. So I think the captain originally was well, one of the captains anyway, was had just been bitten by a werewolf. So. Oh yeah, and that guy was asleep. That's it. For a toilet break. No, I went to go refill the bottle, I think. Then I went for a toilet break. That explains why I'm not moving. Oh, there we go. Now I'm moving again. I'm going to go back into the caverns. Alright, yeah, the monster just started attacking me while I was trying to get stuff. I was like, no, don't do that, that's not very nice. And then went and stabbed it in the ass. Which, as normal, yeah. Yeah, after the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance stream over Christmas Day last year, should not surprise people that I start talking about punching things internally through the asshole. Nothing to see here. Just dragon again. Well, some monsters do respawn reasonably fast, but it's difficult to know when that happens. Curse. I mean, curse affects how much attack and defense you have, which, considering it's based on your steel stat and overall magic stats, not great for that to happen to you. At this point I was just kind of moving on. I found something in this place, but I can't quite remember when I did. Limestone Cavern is actually pretty cavernous. You never know when it actually does everything. Hold on a second. I think someone on How Long to Beat needs to recheck what they're doing. don't believe this game is available on PlayStation 5. Sorry, I was just checking something, how accurate the how long to beat timer was. Which it wasn't, so... Ah, here it is. Power of Branch. So there is a Power of Move in the American or Japanese version, which allows you to walk faster. This one I put on thinking, oh, this might be a good idea, increases fire by 3. And then I tried it once. I was just kind of messing around at the time. Just wanted to get out and then... It says 2 shots consecutively. Alright, I was just kind of messing around, showing how much supplies I had. No idea why. Still having issues with D-pad. I was also trying to conserve MP at the time as well, because it wasn't... I was starting to run low on supplies. There it is, and I was like, oh god, no. Take it off! That is garbage. Throw it in the trash. It's nice to note that everything just falls into the ground and disappears. I just started getting lost. It's only because I was, I guess. So there are a few gems I had because I was just running rather low. Saved and then realised, oh wait, there is Gollum round corner. I need to kite him. Did, and then just fucked off. And then we had kobolds with bowlers. I just called the bowler bolds for some reason at some point, I guess. And then just testing out the range of the Kobola Kobolds. I think it's slings actually, not bolas. Bolas is something different. And also trying to conserve magic. They're actually a lot more... they have a lot more health than I believe they do at this point. I think I'm quite underleveled for the area I'm in. The two areas I'm in, actually. And then we have sling kobolds that are able to hit me while I'm trying to fight melee ones, because I can't. I'm inside their range of vision, and I believe Earth. I shouldn't really be using Earth magic, but I am for some, because it's just my most powerful ring at that point. And then, for some reason, the Lionstone Cavern likes to shove in golems as well as these, and I did not realise they were there until I think I can start hearing them about now. There he is. And I'm like, no, fuck this, I'm out. Bye bye. Just gonna leg it. I think it also exposed a little bit of a programming issue here as well. Because, there. He managed to hit me in the ground. Somehow. And he still was. Which I just got fairly annoyed at, and then almost killed myself. And then... I just kind of... just wanted to get out of Limestone Cavern, and I couldn't find my way around. It's one of those hard areas that's difficult to navigate. That's a certain. Conversations on Messenger at the same time I'm doing this. I have a habit of overcomplicating my life, I guess. Have a quick look. Find that walkthrough I just had out. Yeah, water. I should really be using that. Look. Mention what these monsters are. Limestone Cavern or something along that line. Flame roll we need to admit it. Didn't realise it had that lower health. Alright, giant moths are wind element. They are weak to earth. That explains a lot. I'll find it if possible. Let's see. Trying to find this mess of names what it might be. The gargoyles, that's a certain. What do they drop? I'm trying to remember. Although this guide is reasonably incomplete and it's the only one that's available, so I have to kind of figure it out on my own. Alright, yeah, this guy. Who we thought was dead.
Well, it's been a while. Good to see that you're safe. I'm chasing after the team leader. I'll try to capture him. If I can't, then I have no choice but to kill him. Now, I know what you're doing here.
Ah.
You came here to find out what the research team is doing, huh? I owe you one anyway. Let me tell you everything I know about their mission. The research team was looking for what is called the Eternal Ring. 20 years ago, the Solstian people on this island were destroyed. The ring they had seemed to be the Eternal Ring. That ring is said to have some strange power. The elders called it the Eternal Power. Maybe, I don't know, for the benefit of Hangaria, or their own greed. I don't know. I have no idea what they want with such power.
I mean, it's elders. What do you think they want with power? More power!
Most of the members of the team didn't even know what they were researching. The elders didn't trust the team leader, so they hired me and sent me in to join the team. They told me that if the team leader gets greedy, kill him and take the ring. Maybe the leader has already found the ring. There's a possibility that the ring is what transformed him.
Which is not possible. Right, so what I was fighting in there are ogres. Ogres are earth elemental, so I was being a dingus. I needed wind magic. Problem is, there's only one or two good wind magic rings, so I'd need to craft those first. I need level 3 gems for the one that I really like using. I think at this point I got to this is the mine, and I said, alright, let's just stop here, it seems getting the right amount of time. And then I didn't. I kept going for a little bit. Went to go and have a quick explore of the area. And you can hear the flame rats now. And why are they called flame rats? Well, their tails are on fire. And also their stuff drops into the floor. If you stand on the elevators, their stuff just gone. Didn't realise this until later. I should probably have moved the elevator up to get the stuff that was underneath. I think it does get excessively dark in here, but I don't think there's many ways you can actually light the area up. I think there is a ring guide here as well. Alright, protects the level 2 ring, but it protects against any bodily harm for a time. I have no idea how much that actually means. But I think that's just elemental bodily harm. I think I also hypothesized there was there was a way of understanding that there is a full clear support ring, which I believe is a water ring. Yes, wind attack ring. Tornado is the one I'm thinking of, but it needs to be a level 3. That tends to be the one whenever I play Eternal Ring that I actually start using. Oh, and then I saw this and said, fuck that, and killed the guy behind it. Took some... How much damage did I just take? Oh, there. I received the dragon potion. Which is, reduces MP considerably for a short time. I believe reduces it by a third. It's one that I don't really use, but it's something that you should probably consider using in Secret Dungeon and maybe End Dungeon. It's like, oh, the elevator's gone. It's gone back down. Let's just jump. And I found more rats, and I thought, let's kill them. And I got one of the rare things to happen that doesn't happen that often. I checked how much experience these guys were giving me. I actually got attacked by a flame rat, which is a very rare occurrence. There. Right there. It does happen, but usually they run away from you. So 2 of those to level me up at almost 400 experience. So I was probably a little under-leveled for this area. A little, by meaning which I'm saying probably a lot. And then I turned back and went to go and shave. Was in the stream, so off we went. Cut the feed reasonably soonish. There it goes. And I think I went to go look something up and then went for a raid target. I think I went over the schedule, which to YouTube viewers, because all the uploads are like 6 months behind, it's not going to matter much. But it's normal. It's like it's the 24th today, and I don't stream on the 24th at all, ever. I don't even work on that day any longer, so. I started typing some of the commands into chat as well. They should pop up in like the bottom right somewhere. Because at the moment, I think Crisis. I think the whole reason I've got a bunch of commands is because Crisis has given me so many goddamn headaches. It's the fucking 2006 version. What do you expect at this point? There it is. There we go. Although I think I might need to readjust some of the resolution here for OBS. It's a bit squishy sometimes. The PC one is alright, the console one needs some work. Waiting for the end credits to pop up. Well, the end credits, the shutdown screen to start.
Which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Hey there, Prismatic Rhythm. How you doing?
I don't think it's a long animation, no. I think it's only like 30 seconds.